Welcome everyone, this is Jamesrise, gonna bring you special ladies and gentlemen a new video today. And today we are going to talk about something near and dear to me. As you guys could tell from the title, I'm sure you guys already know, we are going to talk about anxiety. Damn. Maybe not that extreme, but let's talk about anxiety. So anxiety to me is something, like I said, near and dear to me because I've suffered from anxiety. I don't want to say suffered in that term, but I have dealt with anxiety and it has loomed over me and my life for a long time. It just likes to poke its head in and out of my life, I believe, because I could go 2 weeks suffering from that tick in my head saying, like, always questioning things and making things worse than that they are, and is building up a small scenario into something large, which it shouldn't be. And then I could go weeks, days, weeks, maybe half a month without even like second guessing dealing with that anxiety, having that constant battle in my head to try to do something, a simple task, and making it larger than life to myself, and just building something up that shouldn't be built up. But that's why I deal with. So anxiety has always, I don't want to say crippled me. It hasn't gotten me to that point, but it's definitely held me back from being my true potential at certain moments in my life. Maybe it's taken me longer to push myself to do something than it should have. But I'm the type of person that's a fighter, and even with that, my back against the wall and my inner demons, that my brain's just working against me, I like to get shit done, and I go through it, and I know it's gonna pass, and I know the days are gonna get better and better. But I deal with it. I have to. I have too much of myself to put out there in this universe, too much of myself to help others, to let this stop me, to let it cripple me. I'm sure there's a lot of people with a lot more deeper rooted anxiety issues, and I feel for you. I've been there. I've dealt with that from the past to now. I've dealt with a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of things, and I think that's where it all stems from maybe my early childhood through maybe my teen years, all the way up to now. I just never realized it or took a grasp of it until as of recently, probably 2-3 years ago. I finally say, maybe I'm not supposed to be like this. Maybe my brain isn't supposed to work, overload and overthink every single thing that I do. Maybe it's not supposed to do that. So that's why I just want to talk about it, saying that you aren't alone if you do suffer from anxiety. Because even the most positive people, which I try to be every single day, try to motivate people, try to bring them up, lift them up to become something better that they are, that, hey, I'm still human. I still suffer from things. I don't like to show it, because showing your emotions, wearing your emotions on your sleeve isn't always the best option. I don't want people to feel sorry for me, feel pity for me, because I don't want that. I could handle this. If it comes to the point where I need to reach out to somebody, then I will. But as of now, I've been able to control it. I've been able to work through it. I've been able to become the best person I could be despite the obstacles that lay in my way and in my head. I think I appreciate it because it puts my life through challenges. I was always a gamer as a kid, so I always like the tough, hard games. Always like the video games that are challenging to me. Those always spark my interest. So life is just that. It's a challenge. And it's so rewarding when you get past a challenge and you have to go to another. That taste of victory, the small victories down the road, and winning the level, beating the stage, getting a promotion, finding out that you're about to have a business, getting clientele, getting the house, whatever it might be. becoming the best person you could be every single day, those things motivate me. And it's an accomplishment every time I achieve that. So I thrive on it. Even though I'd rather not have these extra obstacles in my way, but I'm the type of person that's ready to go through them, over them, and ultimately overcome it. Life isn't easy, and I know that for sure. But once you get to your goal, it's very rewarding, and I love it. So, no matter the defects that we have in life, no matter the things that ail us, I believe that it's essential and it's key for us. If we have anxiety, depression, things like that, that we should push forward, overcome these obstacles. Look at it as a game or whatever thing that you like. Look at it as, if you do this, reward yourself. You're rewarded because you overcame something. You overcame an obstacle in your life that was in the way from you becoming the greatest person that you could be. Anxiety. A lot of people who have anxiety also deal with depression, because I can see why. I've had my moments where I felt down about myself, but I know a lot of people do. And it's something you should be aware about, something that you should figure out yourself if you feel like you have these, these warning signs of, just being not motivated, not wanting to do something, too scared to reach out because your mind is working against you, that you think you're just going to fail every single time. Seek for help. Ask others that are close to you that understand, especially people who maybe be going through the same thing that you're doing. And maybe they're just a little bit one step ahead of you. Maybe they've been through it longer and they're able to find some, loopholes in trying to figure out how they can achieve despite the ailments that they have. I don't know, I'm just ranting, guys. I'm just spewing out things that are coming to my mind because it's crazy. Anxiety is something that I think we all kind of deal with, because nowadays life is so fast. Once you get something done, once you be this at this certain age, once you have be married and have kids at this certain age, you should have this. Because the baby boomer era, they did all that. They lived their life to the clockworks, to the T's, and then that weight, that expectation of us to do the same, I think kind of trickles down and compresses us. Because then life says, why aren't you this? Why aren't you that? At this portion of your life, why aren't you married? Why don't you have your house? Why are you still renting? Why are things so expensive now than they were like 50 years ago? Times change. We change. So don't take all that pressure upon yourself. Live your life according to your own strum, to your own musical. Don't be worried about the past hits. I'm telling you have to live your life a certain way at this point in time. Live your life the way you want to live it. Don't put that extra pressure on yourself. It's not worth it. Deal with it in the best way that you can. See it as a game. See it as something that's fun to you. And when anxiety hits and you feel like you're crumbling, remember you're not alone. Remember that to breathe. Breathing is very healing to the body. Breathe in through your nostrils. Inhale. Exhale. Just get yourself away from people. Get yourself away from, distance yourself from that negativity, and just deal with it within yourself, and just breathe and have that self-healing. That always helps me. When my brain starts ticking more and more and more, and I always put this load, this pressure on my shoulders, keep going. I remember I don't have to do that. I can sit down, stand up, and just breathe. Go into that safety, that calming, that healing pose and energy, and deal with it that way. So anxiety, guys, something that I've dealt with. I don't want to get into the key things that I think would trigger anxiety to happen in my life, because that's for something for me to deal with. I'm sure that we all have those trigger points in what happened in our lives, or maybe it just happened and we have to deal with it, but know it, grow from it. Maybe love that source that was holding you down and forgive, but just grow and be the best person that you could be every single day. Despite what we have to deal with, we can all be amazing people, with the ailment or not. See it as a challenge that is worth fighting for, worth going through, worth achieving, worth leveling up. Our lives mean so much to ourselves and to the people that care for us around us. If you don't have anyone that truly cares for you, surround yourself by positive people. Find like-minded individuals like yourself. Don't surround yourself with negativity, because that's never going to lead you anywhere nice. I love you guys. I love to spitball in here. I just wanted to talk about something that, mattered to me. Stay risen, stay rising. Until next time, rise.